What everyone? There we go. Let's start this. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Everything's right with the world once more. And it's a question of what we're going to be doing today. So this is a little bit of an extra stream that I normally don't have because of the cyclone going through New Zealand that I get to work from home. So I get to do a stream on a day I don't normally, which is really needed for today. Cool. Let's clear out the beach first. Hi, Destiny. You just woke up. Well, join the club, I guess. Isn't it like 11 o'clock or something for you? Not that I'm judging, I'm just saying. The plan, I don't know. The plan is to wake up. That's definitely part of the equation. I haven't really decided what I'm going to be working on. I'm in a good space in terms of my resource situation. So I'm thinking mining some iron, but at the moment I'm actually got something of everything now, so there's no item I'm short of. Oh, come here. What do you think I should do? And to be honest, there's no bad answers, so because I'm not really short on anything, so. Your internet's being dumb. Alright. See you soon. YouTube was glitching like crazy. But sorry, what's the plan today? Oh, the plan is I don't have one yet. Plan is to get a plan. I don't really have anything in mind. So if you have any ideas, speak up. There's no answer is a bad answer, because I'm in a good resource situation at the moment, so. Stack of those. Ah, Kit's been raiding me. G'day. Well, thanks for that. I don't know if this is a game that your audience would like, but thanks for that. Not used to this whole raiding thing, how it works. You just pop over and just scream at me for a little while and then go away. Is that normally what happens? Feels like that's what normally happens. I told them you're amazing. Oh, thanks, Redeemer. Appreciate it. Redeemer plays. Plays what? What do you play, Redeemer? Name leads to more questions. That makes me suspicious. I told them you're amazing New Zealand streamer. To be honest, you don't have a lot of like a data pool. Oh, thanks for that, Marky Mark. It's Marky Mark. It's Mark and Bonnie's. God damn it. Bonnie's 229. Oh, thanks, Cyberdoodle. You're wow. You're very, very supportive of your stream. Most of the time I get raided and they just yell at me for ages. Well, thank you all. There's another one, Cyberdoodle. Okay, let's look at these questions. So I need to know what Redeemer plays. I need to know if Marky Mark is actually called Mark. Bonnie's 229. I need to know what the 229 is for. Cyberdoodle. I mean, that one's pretty straightforward. And Big Moby Dick. Okay, are you a big whale? So I need to know the answers to all those questions. Yeah, I didn't give Cyberdoodle a question, did I? Do you actually doodle? Don't ask about the doodle. I like to draw stuff. Oh, there we go. So yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Cyberdoodle. See, that's straightforward. See, I had no questions for you, Cyber. It was straight. It's a number, I swear. So there's no it's just a number. Oh, you need to bring some context to the number. Even if it's made up, you need some context. Your name is Mark. Thought so. It's Marky Mark Mark. Mark's name online is Marky Mark. Makes sense. Where I play Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Monster Hunter Rise, and Grounded, and learning stuff to do 3D stuff. And learning to do 3D stuff. Got my words. I've literally only woke up like 10 minutes ago. My alarm goes at 6:15. And it's 6:43 now, so. Do you play the Call of Duty one? Do you play like the old school 360 Modern Warfare, which I've got down there somewhere? I think I've actually got only Modern Warfare 3. I think I lost my 2 version. I Grounded. I tried to get my niece into over the weekend. She wasn't having it. He said it was too hard. I try, but I'm no good. Well, that's the whole point of trying, right? You eventually get better. Or you don't, but either way, you try it. Bonnie is in New Zealand too. Why are you up at 6:30 a.m.? Bonnie, what is wrong with you? You should be asleep. You shouldn't be doing me. I wake up at this time because it's the only time my girlfriend's comfortable with me streaming because she's asleep. What's sleep? Fair enough. Yeah, can't. I remember when I used to run an internet cafe here in Wellington. And by run, I mean I just did the night shift, like 10 a.m. till 8 a.m. It was fine when you're like early 20s. It was great. This is my first Call of Duty actually. Oh, I used to play Battlefield series a lot. Nice. Yeah, I've got a few. Like, I'm a big first-person shooter, so I've got the old school Halo hat, helmet. Why I call it a hat? It's a helmet. Yeah, I did have Modern Warfare the original. I've only got Modern Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the original 360 now. Don't know what happened to my original copies. I probably lent it out and just never saw them again because once I do it, once you finish it. Hey Hal, good to see you again. Yeah, I'm a big Halo fan, so I've got all the Halo games. Gears of War. I'm 360 all the way. And when I say got all the Halo games, I actually mean it. A couple are missing because I broke them over the years. I'm gonna actually just get this camera right. I'm gonna try and minimize it because I don't normally go off tangents too much. So, there's all my Halo games. Including the original Xbox the original Xbox version of Halo. That's the version I got for Christmas. It was one of the very oh, thanks Miss True. God, a lot of people followed me today. You're gonna regret it. Have always been actually I started with the PlayStation. PlayStation was actually my first console, believe it or not. Even though I'm 35, I should have had one before, but my dad was mean. Which is weird. My dad worked for IBM, so you'll think he'll be on top of technology, but he likes model trains and stuff. But he didn't do anything malicious because he was a creep that played Ninja Turtle. Oh, not Ninja Turtles. A creep that did model trains is surprising. I'm addicted to this, I need help. I know, that's the problem with this game, with Dreamlight Valley. You think it's just like a fun little, oh yeah, this is like Animal Crossing, ha ha ha. Then you start playing it, and then you realize it's bloody addictive. It's what happened to me. I used to have life. I used to have goals and dreams. Stupid Dreamlight Valley came along and ruined it. Anyway, what did I miss anything? But yeah, I used to be. First console was PlayStation. Tekken 2, I smashed out Tekken 2 for a very long time. Never got into Final Fantasy, and I've been like I tried to go back to Final Fantasy 7 like a couple of years ago. I just couldn't. I don't know. I think it's one of those franchises that I just missed the boat on. But I used to play this game, and I don't know. Not many people know it. It's called Lomax, and it's about this lemmings. It's a 2D platformer, and it's a lemming. Hero lemming with a hat, and I remember playing that for a very long time. It was a weird little 2D platformer. Kiwi dads are built to get a job, but yeah, exactly. Exactly, but it turns out I think my dad also had a bit of autism as well. You don't really realize those little things until you're an adult. But he's very much from the generation that you don't talk about that kind of stuff. You don't treat yourself. You just suck it up, and also from the generation that, you know, is surprised that our generation is so depressed that the suicide rates are off the charts. And like, ugh, Why is all this happening? I don't know. Why don't me and you never have a bloody conversation? Okay, I'm starting to vent my own problems with my father on stream. I gotta wind back a little bit, Dave. Counseling exists for a reason. Stream is not for venting your daddy issues. Ooh, let's wind back a little bit there. Yeah, Tekken 2 was my game. I didn't play so much the first Tekken. Tekken 2 though, I smashed that out. I was this stupid little kid that just used martial law and flipped all the time. And then got really upset when that didn't work. Well, when my one move didn't work, I got very upset. I never tried to clear it. One. Yeah, I would not 1v1 anyone in Tekken because they'll kick my ass and that will kind of destroy my soul a little bit. My ego can't handle that one. I don't know what I'm doing now. Everything's gone a bit haywire. I used to play Tekken 3 a lot with my dad at the arcade. Oh, cool. I miss arcades a bit, but they have opened up recently an arcade here in Wellington, so we still got that itch that we can go visit. Who's the Pumpkin House without spoiling? Well, that's the thing. They haven't actually released it yet. No one actually knows. So we don't actually know who's in the Pumpkin House. A lot of people think it's Cinderella because the whole pumpkin thing, but a lot of people say it's Fairy Godmother as well. That's actually something they haven't released. I'm not a big fan of Cinderella, and obviously, I'm not big into the Disney princesses stuff, so. But that's not Cinderella. Probably Fairy Godmother or something like that. For years we teased my sister with her haircut once and we caught a gun jack. Oh. That would have hurt. Your sister as well. Damn. Gotta head out, build some furniture. Oh, thanks. I'm glad I caught the stream. Oh, thanks. Appreciate Destiny. Or Jack Skeleton. I mean, it could be Jack Skeleton, but you'd think you would have a cooler house, right? If that's Jack Skeleton, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed because the only thing that kind of fits with Jack Skeleton is the whole Halloween vibe, but that's about it. That can't be Jack Skeleton. That just feels wrong. I don't even like Prince. Go away, Prince Eric. You biggest douche in the world. I didn't even know his name was Prince Eric until I played this goddamn game. Like, you never remember any of the princes' names from, like, Beauty and the Beast. No, not Beauty and the Beast. Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. If anyone turns to you is like, who are the who are the princes in those movies? I have no bloody idea. I only know Snow White because she's, like, the title of the movie. Oh, I knew of him, I just didn't know his name, because, I mean, it's The Little Mermaid. I pretty much, you watch it once as a kid, and that's about it. I can't say I'm big into those particular movies. Hey, it's you. I mean, I play Halo. I mean, I don't really like those kind of... I mean, that's a bit of a judgment, isn't it? Someone that plays Halo wouldn't want to watch Cinderella. Alright, I'm digging myself a grave again. So I'm just going to go over here. I like Ninja Turtles, yeah. Huge Ninja Turtle fan. That's why I've got a lot of, like, that's my old school 90s playset. I've still got. It's like literally right there from the night. Yeah. And I got Ripley there from Alien City. Hey Calypso, I feel like this game would be like The Sims if you go to play it and then success like yeah, you are, it definitely is, especially when you start to get into the editing mode, because the one thing I don't know if you realize, you can literally edit everything. Like, you can put the trees where you want, you can put the paths where you want. Make whatever path you want. You can put Wally's home where you want. You pretty much edit the entire village. And so you can pretty much just be sucked into this and end up editing everything. You build fences. And it's a very beautiful game too. This is only on medium graphics, so you can imagine what it would actually be. Sounds like I'm converting people by just playing the game, so I'd be really good at making a cult. Just throwing it out there. If I wanted to make a cult, I would be very good at it. I'm downloading the game. Oh, cool. Well, Mark, you should have told me you're going to do that, because this is going to suck for you. It's actually going to become free to play later this year. The intention of this game is just free to play, and I think it's September. They wanted an early access for a year, and you can obviously pay for it, and what you get is moonstones, which is the in-game currency. So if you buy the game, you get moonstones, and obviously you get to play it sooner. So, a Disney cult. Let's be honest, it's really a cult. I'll put too many hours to do it. Well, you should also know it's cloud-based as well. So I play my save file on my Xbox and my PC and my laptop, or, you know, just like once I finish here, if I'm just chilling out watching TV, I just load the cloud save on my laptop or on my Xbox, depending on what I want to do. And it works the same with Switch as well, so you can play on the Switch, on your PC, whatever. It's pretty handy like that. I'll play Switch, but the new Hogwarts Legacy I'll be playing on PS4. Yeah, Switch isn't too powerful. I'm not sure if I'll go down the Hogwarts Legacy, and that's not out of protest or anything. That's just, it will suck a lot of time, and I can't afford it mainly. I'd rather spend money on my computer trying to make sure it can actually run something. It struggles as is. I see, this is where you need to create that game. Yeah, it does suck a bit of time, but to be honest, it's also one of the games that you can just stop like this, and nothing bad will happen. Like, it's definitely a pick up and play, put down when you're done kind of game. And it's actually a perfect streaming game, because, I mean, there's not any chaos going on that I need to stress too much about, you know, not being able to read chat or anything. There's no one shooting at me. The biggest thing I need to worry about right now is a raccoon. And to be honest, it's not like, he's just gonna bobble up and down now. And I think that's kind of the stream I want to go, is like this just chatting, casual kind of thing, where I'm more like a radio kind of vibe. So it becomes more about having a fun little chat rather than the gameplay, which the gameplay goes into it, because I mean, after all, it's the reason I do it. But you get what I'm saying. I'm just rambling again. You hear about this asteroid? Yeah, I heard about that. It wasn't an asteroid shower or anything, but I didn't think it hit it. I thought it was just it went over the top of you and disintegrated. I didn't think it hit anything. Plus you're chilling, enjoying yourself. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point of Twitch at the end of the day. That's how it all started, was just, this is a cool idea of people just streaming and gasbagging to each other and having a good time, and then it just became this like corporate machine, and then that vibe got lost. And that's why, I mean, that's partly the reason I decided to stream during Light Valley, is because I didn't find anyone that's like me, that's completed the game, that is just sitting back and like just chilling. But you go to every stream, they're always just very gimmicky. Like half the, like 3/4 of the screen, I filled it with a whole view of them, and I'm like, look, this little snapshot in the corner, mic set up, no fancy overlays, just switch it on and we'll go from there. It just seems like a whole performance nowadays, and I don't know. The kind of streams I like are these kind of streams. To be able to chill out. It's not a big deal. No life or death. I can still pay my rent tomorrow. I don't need to rely on, I don't know what the donations or subs and all that fun stuff. Like, yeah. Nah. I know that was a weird noise, but it hopefully conveys my feelings on the matter. No damage that we know of. Haven't read a lot, to be honest, but it's crazy. It doesn't sound like it hit anything. It sounds like, because I do know that there was an announcement that there were a meteorite that was going to burn up in the atmosphere across the English Channel, but there was nothing to be concerned about, and that's what all the visuals are. It's just that happening, but people freaked out because they didn't all. Not everyone saw that message that there was nothing to worry about. Most asteroids burn up like that, and most of the time it happens more frequently than you know. It's just sometimes it's in a more populated area that you see it. In Russia, it happens all the goddamn time. Up in Serbia, you'd be surprised. But because no one lives up there, you can never see it. But in New Zealand, we've got a cyclone coming through the country at the moment, so if my power suddenly goes out, then that would be why. But I'm here in Wellington. I don't think it's going to be that bad. You did read it hit. Oh. Well, I have been asleep for the last 6 hours. Things could have changed. Because I know there was multiple. It's like a meteor shower rather than just one beast. Tornado, no, a cyclone. I mean, tornado, cyclone. I mean, you could debate which one's worse. Yeah, there's a cyclone going through the country at the moment. Just that. So she must be up north then. She'd probably be around Auckland or Hamilton or Tauranga, something up there. I hope she is safe, because it looks pretty nasty. Work is kind of panicking a little bit as well. So we'll see what happens. I think the power cuts are the worst ones, because people won't be able to show up to work. And we try and work, the majority of our company works remotely, so it will be interesting. It'll be an interesting morning for me. And she's in Hamilton. I'm actually going up to Hamilton tomorrow for a business trip. My boss is still adamant that's going to happen. But considering there's a cyclone going through Hamilton right now, I have my doubts. They keep on saying, yeah, we'll clear up by then. It's just like, yeah, it may clear up by then, but all the flights that happen today won't be going up to Hamilton. They have to happen some way, and what, they're going to push me out? Yeah. I don't think we travel through the cyclone, but the cyclone will be still happening. But he's very adamant that's still going to happen, so I'm like, oh god. So I'm going to wake up at 5 AM to get to the goddamn airport for a flight that I'm a little bit suspicious won't even occur. I'll Google what it is. Do you mean the cyclone? You can Google it, you'll be very surprised. Wait, I can give you a visual, hold up. Let's be fun with this. Because cyclone and mass destruction is always fun. it's not. Alright, so if you go to stuff.co.nz, you would go to this. So this is the cyclone coming over. So if it helps, for a little bit of context, so Bonnie's in Hamilton. So Hamilton's around about, where is it? Like, it's there, right? Hamilton. Oh wait. Oh crap, it's Valentine's Day. We're about to get... Oh no, we're having Valentine's Day on Saturday. That's right. So like Hamilton's there. So that's where Bonnie is right now. So if we go over here, it's about here. So the cyclone's here. Bonnie's here. I'm down here. You know, it's a, yeah, because if it's in the North Island, sorry, if it's the Northern Hemisphere, it's a hurricane. If it's in the Southern Hemisphere, it's a cyclone. They are the exact same thing. They just spin the different way because of the Earth. But yeah, so that's where it is right now. I'm here. Bonnie's right here, like in that gust of it right there. So it looks pretty nasty. And the latest updates, oh no. Trapped firefighter suspended, oh no. Oh no. That's sad. You near the coast then? Oh, kind of. I'm in Wellington, so I'm right at the tip down there in that little knob. Little knob down there. Yeah, looks a bit sad. The firefighter's trapped, which is a bit unfortunate. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna have to open this. What else? There's road closures. I don't think we've had any reported deaths, which is good. We've got people without power, sadly. Darkerville. That's always a funny name. Alright. Flooding. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what's happening right now. And so that's why everyone's a little bit concerned. It looks nasty. Also looks impressive. Nasty impressive. That's... Good, there's a joke in there. But I'm too classy to make it. More likely. I can't think of jokes right now. And there's Donald. So this is what Donald does. So there's a bug in the game that causes Donald to do this way too much. And then now he's suddenly okay. I call him the psychopath of Dreamlight Valley. And now he's just chilling out and he's fine. Look at him. You hate it? You hate Donald going nuts? Why not? He's like the most entertaining thing in the valley. I mean, at least he's better than most of these characters, which just stare off into the distance. Yeah, bipolar match Donald, basically, yeah. I mean... it's the boat, it's the whistle. It's the... Because the steam on the top, yeah. Well, like, I'm a fan of Donald because he's just interesting. Look at him, he's just like, yay, now he's staring at a clock. Look at him. He's crazy. And he seems angry at the clock too. Look, he's angry at that clock. Oh, he's great. I don't know. I just find him a little bit more interesting than every other character. Pooh and Stitch for the win. Well, Pooh is not a character for the record. Pooh is a companion. Oh, I got this little thing here. But Stitch is pretty great too. But I do hope they introduce more idle things to make the, place a little bit more lived in. Because you build this wicked valley, right? So you build all this. You build all this really cool kind of layout and all the seating and everything. But the characters never interact with it yet. And it just feels a little bit kind of like, what's the point of the characters if they're just not doing anything with it? Yeah. Dark is very obsessed with burning. He was very much in a dark place last night. He was concerned about the go. When someone openly talks about wanting to off themselves in chat, makes you a little bit concerned. But at least he's talking about it, so that's positive. As I said to him, it's worse if you don't say anything about it. That's when you have to be worried. I'm not sure. I mean, the guy's going for a divorce. I mean, there's like 23 already going through the divorce. Yeah, it's quite I think the major problem with depression is you can get all the advice in the world and it doesn't matter. And I say that as someone that goes through it. At the end of the day, it is definitely on you to try and come out of it and try and figure out what's going to be the best way of dealing with your own version of depression. And that's what it is. It's like everyone says you've got depression and all like pigeonholes it to one thing, but it's depression could mean the scale of the depression or the way the depression hits you is vastly different for everyone. It's like just like all mental illness, it's just like on a spectrum. And so you can be given all the advice in the world, it doesn't mean squat. It's a very kind of personal thing, and it's so hard to dig yourself out until you figure out that trick for yourself. Some of it is, I mean, a lot of the time it's just people saying, I want to kill myself out loud, and that typically sets them on the right track, ironically. Because they just say it. They say it out loud and get it out. But people warp it to be attention seeking, and then you stop doing it, and then it makes it worse, and then you're slippery slope. I hate how people have this title, what it is, exactly. Like, a lot of people have a rule set, like, oh, this worked for me, it must work for you, do this. Why aren't you doing this? Oh, you useless piece of shit, why aren't you doing this? I don't know why you're depressed, you're such an idiot. It's like, I'm starting to see why I am depressed. Dad. God, what's my daddy issues? This is a very... Oh, there he goes, he's going up again. Maybe I should stop talking about my father issues. Maybe that will help. Biggest thing I always tell people that it's okay not to be okay. Fair. I'm not just gonna let you stay in the dark situation for a long time alone. I don't let I'm like that too. I mean, luckily I found out. So I only found out I had ADHD at 31 and 32. And then it turns out depression and ADHD actually go pretty hand in hand. Because I was overthinking of things, I dropped the ball on a lot of things, all the classic ADHD things, which leads to the depression side of it, because I feel like a useless piece of shit for not getting anything done, which is ADHD in a nutshell. So they actually go hand in hand, and then once I kind of worked out that, yes, I still did get depressed and get low and all that. Yesterday was pretty bad. But I think the important bit is that understanding it is so much easier of a battle to fight. And I understand my version of depression. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It's not everyone's the kind of version. But once I understood my version, it didn't get me as low as it could have been. And it helped me deal with it. And hopefully turn a corner on it. Exactly. Yeah. Best thing to talk about it. So depression isn't. Yeah. I mean, I'm always a big believer in talking about it. And to be honest, I've never had someone say shut up. There are some people out there that's sick of hearing it. But I'm also like, well, I'm sick of hearing about a lot of things, and it still freaking happens. because that's life. And the minute you can start having open conversations about it and just talk about it like casually as we are, least likely it's going to hurt so many people. I think also the problem is that it is a fairly new field when you think about it, when it comes to mental health and how we deal with it. I mean, we used to just shock people with electric, like, you know, we used to do brain crap to everyone and disable them and just freaking mess with their brains for many years, so that would fix the problem. Well, we know that's definitely not the way to go down now. So, it is a fairly new thing of being able to, you know, find the right thing, right treatment. God, my words are all over the show today. In fact, yeah. Well, hopefully. The more people talk about it, the more people learn about. Yeah, exactly. Gotta get a tip, yeah. And don't become just friends. Your grandma had the. Oh, that's nasty. Oh. Oh, that's very sweet. I just realized my YouTube chat isn't working. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly fix this. Did I switch the... Yeah, I did switch that back. I'm just gonna double check the YouTube chat just to make sure no one's there. I mean, typically during my live streams, I don't have anyone talking much on that side of things, but I'm going to just link it now, so check. I don't know, just Destiny was the last one to talk, so I'll leave that there. I'll check in with that once in a while. So I do apologize on if I miss anyone on YouTube. We are best friends, family, everything. Ah, 10,000%. Ah, this is a very sweet moment you guys are having. Is there any way I can ruin it? Let me know. I'll try. It's a very sweet moment. Hold up, I'm just gonna get my vape. Ah. Alright, back. You can see why I was hyping up knowing now how super genuine. I don't know if that's the case. I think it's a lot easier when you're just kind of just riffing off. But the thing is that I'll get a bit boring after a while because I'll be just repeating the same things over and over again. That wasn't awkward. I can make this. Let's not make anything awkward. As an awkward ADHD introvert that believes everyone in chat is just a figment of AI. It's just an AI chat. It's just, I see Twitch as a interactive video game thing, and no one is actually real. Because if I start believing you guys are actually real human beings, my anxiety will like... yeah, my dad told me Rick and Zeno have caused to... I don't know. I mean, to be honest, no. Why did he cause it? Or do you mean her treatment caused it? Did your dad do it to your grandma? Wait, I'm confused, Hell. So, your grandma had it done, and then you said, yeah, my dad told me he reckons he may have caused her Alzheimer's. So you're saying your dad did an lobotomy to your grandmother? Oh, treatment. Okay. I was gonna say. I mean, I thought I had daddy issues. And then your dad's going around, like, messing with your grandma's brain. And I'm the... I was complaining about my dad. Alright. Don't tempt you. I'm not gonna tempt you. You're all just AI in my head. Obviously, I know you're not. And all that stuff. It's just... It's little mind games I play to help me get... You know... I'll be terrible at a meet and greet. Let's just say that. It's one of the benefits of being in New Zealand, I guess. It's like a very small chance anyone would show up to a meet and greet. I'm not even popular enough for one, but you know what I mean. If it ever got to that point. And it's funny, like, everyone knows someone in New Zealand too. I mean, there's a good chance that the New Zealanders that watch my chat, they'll probably be able to link something back to me that they have a direct connection with. Unless young at heart, I'm 28, feel 50 some days. I feel 50 all the time. I lost my hair at like 22. Sucked. It sucked at the time. I remember going to a hairdresser's. I think I was about 21 or 20. And I've always been a bit self-conscious about losing my hair. And I think I went to Rodney Wayne, or a hairdresser, like, I think it's called Rodney Wayne. Name escapes me, but I remember going to Rodney Wayne when I was like 21. And the girl washing my hair laughed at me. Because I was losing my hair. And she did the whole kind of gossiping with her mate who was also watching someone else's hair right next to you. And they were young. I don't think they even realized... I don't think even she even realized that she was... That I heard her, basically. But that stuck in my brain for a while, and that's how I ended up shaving it off a few months later. It's just... kind of sticks with you a little bit. It was very gutting, because it was something I was very self-conscious about all my life, and having a teenage girl that was relatively attractive laugh at you while she was washing her hair and gossiping. It sucked a bit. Hey, Red Queen. Good to see you again. Oh, I got a decade on you, hell, but I'm not. I thought 38 was when I was young. Well, I'm 35. Shit, I can't remember how old I'm. I'm 35. I am not bringing up a calculator to work out how old I am. You know you're old when you have to do that. Yeah, I'm 35. Can't believe I forgot. Oh, I did not think, you know. I mean, I do feel old too. It's starting to get me this year. I think it's just your body. Your body starts to catch up with you. It's just those little things like... And I know it's cliche. And I know all that stuff. But it's when your knee hurts a little bit. And at first you're like, oh, you're just stretching it. You don't think anything of it. But then it happens a little bit more frequently. And more frequently. And then you realize, oh god, I'm getting old. And it's that it just hits you like a train. You're like, oh no. I think that's part of the reason I stream, just to hold that childhoodness of me deep in my heart, and try and hold on to it as long as I can. Hi, Destiny. So yeah, it looks like my restream chat isn't working for YouTube, but I can see your chat come on. I just turned 22 and feel old when my body hurts after work. Yeah. Good. Now you're just bragging. At least you can still feel your body. Happens to a lot of people. A mate of mine started getting greys, and I'm getting a grey beard, but my girlfriend says, you know, the salt and pepper look is a good look. So she says it's okay. But that was terrifying when grey started to get through the beard. There's still colour. Obviously, you can still see on the stream there's a bit of colour, but there's a lot of grey popping through. He'll get so upset about it. Everything's natural and lovely. Yeah, I mean, if it's a natural thing, it's fine. I didn't think I would suit bald, and apparently I do. I mean, I used to have a mohawk, and people always get surprised by that fact. You know, I realize I'm mining, and I don't have a mining buddy. This is not good. I just wasted a lot of time. Thought you were going for a Viking look. I'm going for I can't grow hair on top, so I'm growing it on my chin look. It's a long look. So I don't mention it all the time because it's harder to rip off, you know. I've had grey hair since 13. Damn. And 27 in a few months. It sucks when you find that. I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of people probably get grey hairs.
You're always welcome at my restaurant.
But I think it's just a case of the more you get, the more noticeable it is. So you don't notice it all the time. Oh, Destiny says, my mum pulled a huge grey from my head on my 19th birthday. What, so your mum just walked up to you and just plucked it out of your head? That seems mean. Huh. I couldn't imagine my partner with hair and seeing photos of him with hair, yeah. Like, I told my girlfriend once that I kind of want to shave my... So she doesn't know me without a beard. And I said to her, like I do want to shave it off just for, you know, something fun to do. You know, you have a beard for like four or 5 years, kind of want to shave it off. And she straight looked at me and go, I'll break up with you. I'm like, all right. All right. And she said I could do it if I really, really wanted to. And she'll still love me. But you could tell she really didn't want me to. So if I ever do shave it off, there'll be some kind of other purpose for it. Maybe I'll do one of those gimmicky things that they do on Twitch and said, you know, I'll shave it off if I get X amount donations. So I need enough money to please her. That's the one criteria. If we do it as a fundraiser thing, we have to get enough money to make her happy and then whatever we're fundraising. To be honest, 14 years, it's only ever been a few at a time, but they grow consistently, but not everywhere all at once. You know, what causes grey hair? There must be some kind of science reason, right? Because the only thing, I mean, it's not... I'm stuck. Remy! Remy's got me stuck in the damn corner. So one of the bugs about this game is the companions, for some reason, just become like a brick. And you can't move them out the way. You normally can move them. But Remy's trapped me in this corner. A rat has trapped me in a corner. Luckily, I can just do this, but it's just very annoying. There we go. Fixed it. But yeah, joys of early access. There's little bugs like that. You just be lucky that's one of the situations you can get out of. When you're on a cave or something, you can't get out of those situations. It can be stress or genetics. Yeah, a premature greyness, whatever premature is, I don't know. It happens... Seems to happen at all ages, so I don't know if premature is even a word for it right now, but it does come from stress, and I'm a bit of a stress head, so it's probably how I lost my hair and got grey beard hair now. Yours was long enough to plait. Is that your... Go. I think that's the roughest thing anyone could say. We'll go back to the YouTube. Yes, when I was finishing blowing my... blowing my candles, she went behind me and pulled out your grey hair. Your mother was not very nice. And doing that on your 19th birthday, can you imagine your mum walking up to you on your 19th birthday and said, "Oi, you're old. If you." It's just bloody rough. That's bloody rough indeed. Yeah, mother was very savage. I mean, my dad was just inattentive. I mean, that's the worst he ever got. I mean, the best compliment he ever gave me was like, "Good. This stream is really becoming just like Dave's emotional problems about his dad." Ah, personal childhood trauma. It's always a laugh, isn't it? I'm gonna try and get off. I need someone to say something just to throw things off and so we can move to a different topic. You wasn't allowed to cut off your cul-de-sac. What's a cul-de-sac? I've heard that word before. What does that actually mean? Hold on. I'm gonna get my handy dandy Google out. Street or passage that is closed at one end. You weren't allowed to allowed off my cul-de-sac. I wasn't allowed off my cul-de-sac. Your street. Ah, okay. You weren't allowed. Just say street. Hell. I'm not a sophisticated person. I don't know French. Just say street. Alright, we'll quickly go back to the YouTube land. Normally the restream, it kind of does both, but for some reason it's making it's making us sad. She showed everyone there and we had a good laugh. I don't like, did you actually laugh, Destiny? Or was it one of those while you die inside? Because those laughs are always fun. It's like a round road. Oh, it's a it's closed just a round road. So it's kind of like, it's one of those roads that kind of just go like that, like a keyhole kind of road, right? Keyhole road. I call them a keyhole road. I'm gonna try and get some sleep. It's 2:28 here. Oh, good. You must be, if you're in Australia, it's 2:28. You must be like the Perth side. Is that right? No, east side? No, west side. Well, thanks for the raid, Crispin. I really do appreciate it. I hope some of you viewers got a laugh out of today. Even if I don't see any of them ever again, I do hope some of you guys did enjoy yourselves. Even if I gave you a little bit of entertainment, that's pretty much. Oh, Remy again. I hate Ratatouille. Whoa, how did I do that? Alright, that actually fixed the problem. Alright, there you go. Yeah, you're in Perth. Cool. Yeah, because many hours. Alright, well, you have a good night, and thanks again, mate. I do appreciate it. I hope you pop along, and you can bring in your mates again. Have a good laugh. But if not, all good. You know, never feel pressured that you're obligated to do anything. You just have a good sleep. And always will be around. Yeah, I do misread a lot of chats, so that does lead to some humor. So welcome. We're all needing. Well, good. We all stay way too late, and we all love to support the show. Oh, thanks, and spend it for fun out. Well, if I see you stream, and I'll follow you as well, so I can notice when you stream, so I can repay the favor. If the time zones allow, that's one of the buggers about time zones. Sometimes they don't just line up for you. Oh, I'll do that after the stream. It's not really. It's not reading and baying itself right now. And I know. Come on, Dave. Get your life together. Get your life together. Destiny says, I was shook because I wasn't ready to have Grace. Yeah. I think at 19, I don't think you're ready for a lot of things. I mean, let's be honest, you shouldn't be a parent at 19 either. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but you probably want to get into your mid to late 20s to have a kid because you kind of mental development is different for everybody. Some people go at a slower rate, some go at a faster rate, but I do think you should give it enough time, work all those different hormones, let all the chemicals settle. But that's my opinion. I mean, at the end of the day, do you. As long as you're happy, doesn't really matter what I think. That's the joys of life. As long as you're happy, it doesn't matter. But I do think people just need, should just live your life a little bit. There you go. Perfect. I chuck a follow on you. No, don't watch me. I'm super sus and I make a fool of myself. Dude, have you been watching this stream? I'm wearing a Jedi robe thing. This is like the sussest thing ever. And it smells odd. You can't tell, but it smells odd. Now we'll go back to the YouTube one. I know it's an American thing, but does New Zealand pay attention to the Super Bowl? Destiny, there's only one type of people outside of America that watches the Super Bowl. Actually, no. There's two kinds of people outside of America that watch the Super Bowl. Those who are only there, like watching the ads, and those that are gambling addicts or like gambling, because gambling's legal in this country. It actually is it pays for a lot of programs in New Zealand, the TAB. Yeah, not a lot of people care about the Super Bowl. There's some that do. Some get really into it. But yeah, it's not that. I don't even know who was playing in the Super Bowl. I know Rihanna did the halftime show. I know that's pretty much the extent of my knowledge when it comes to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna take that off because I don't want to wear that. So that's pretty much all and then I saw the Breaking Bad ad. That was cool. What else did I say? I saw some of the trailers for some new movies coming out. So I don't remember any of them. I don't remember. I saw Indiana Jones. Yeah, I saw that one. What was the other one? Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. That looked cool. I figured I watched for Rihanna. I think most people do. I mean, I think the problem... I love my sport. Don't get me wrong. I'm a New Zealander, so sport is a big part of what we do. You could ask me anything about rugby. You could ask me anything about cricket. You could ask me anything about sevens rugby or football or netball, stuff like that. I love my sport. And contrary to the most popular opinion, I'm a gamer and a sports lover. So I watch sport all the time. A lot of the time when I'm editing a lot of videos that I do for my YouTube, I'm watching the Wellington Phoenix play. So I very much love my sport. Problem is, like, when it comes to American sports, the only ones that seem to like them are Americans. And it's really hard to get into because it's so commercialized. Like, you could watch one game of rugby and it'll be over within 2 hours. Easy, because you got like 40 minutes and then you got a break and then 40 minutes again. But with American football, you pretty much have to dedicate 3 hours of your entire day and hope that it finishes within that 3 hours while watching a lot of ads at the same time. So, yeah. No, I may not spot, but because I play Call of Duty and Fortnite, it's off-putting to have great chats like this. Oh, yeah, true. Even though I don't shut up, speaking of which, I best leave. Yeah, yes, you do. You're going to get distracted. You probably got secretly ADHD as well, and I'm just going to distract you with things. But yeah, sorry I read your message late, and hopefully you still heard that. But Yeah, do appreciate it. I can't believe who's having another baby. Rihanna? Because I don't. If you're saying Rihanna, I don't know why you're surprised. I mean, that's what people do. Why are you surprised? She's a millionaire. You know, some people, if they're like kids, if they're a millionaire, they can afford to have like 1,000,000 kids. Well, no, because that would be $1 a kid. If they're just had $1,000,000, but you know what I mean. Like, they can afford it. If anyone can afford to have more kids, rich people. One is enough, I know. Yeah, I think one's enough if you can't afford, like, 20 nannies. Rihanna can afford to have 20 nannies. Let's be honest. If she wanted to, she could get a nanny a day. Let's be honest. And if she went out there and said, hey, does any nannies want to work for Rihanna? There'll be a lot that put up their hand and do it as well. And she'll probably get even a discount for that. I have 3. One's definitely enough. Yeah, I think the context of if you had other people to assist you, you probably would have a easier time stomaching another one. Figure I watched Piranha Flash. Oh, Flash, that's it. Flash was the other trailer. I'm reading back on YouTube again. It's because she was just pregnant. Oh, I didn't actually see it. I just know she was there. I didn't actually watch the Super Bowl. I have a hard time with it. It's very commercialized, and I get that's the age of professional sport. But I'm a big proponent to not changing the game to fit advertisers. And it feels like American football is a good example of what the other sports should never do. I know there was at a time in rugby even, they were talking about splitting into quarters similar to what they do in American football. And start putting ads in. It didn't go down well, and that's why it didn't happen. But yeah, if I want to watch a sport, I want to watch it. I don't want to spend 3 hours with nothing happening. No, yeah. I have 3. Oh, sorry. 3. Yeah, I mean, I spent this weekend with my nieces. Both of them have ADHD, and both of them love playing Among Us. And that was cool, learning how to play Among Us and avoiding playing a video game, which I didn't think I would ever do in my life, but I definitely did that. And having one of them promise the other one, I will not kill you, and then she kills them. And then it just all kicks off. It's all chaos. There's just yelling, and there's like betrayal. It's like Game of Thrones, but less cool because you have to deal with it. It was just very hectic, and the only way I could have settled it was agreeing to do a video. All 3 of us doing an Among Us video, which I have no idea how I'm gonna do. I've never played Among Us before. I've seen it being played. And I get the concept. Now I have to set up like 3 cameras and I probably won't put them on camera though. I'll probably get a mic for all of them and chuck them in a Discord. But I'm pretty sure you can't play Among Us with just 3 people. So I need to try and figure out that aspect because then we have to play with randoms and I'm not sure how that will go because there's a good chance that will go south. It's just a whole thing. So now I have to come up with this plan of how I'm going to do this video. I have no idea how I'm going to do it. I heard girls are harder. Mine is 6, 5, and almost 2 1. Well, my nieces, one's just turned 11 on Saturday. And the other one is not 11. She is younger than 11. And I'm not going to say her age, not because I forgot. I'm not going to say her age out of principle, out of respect. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that excuse. And I think that's a safe one. I'll switch back to the YouTubes. Oh no, Destiny hasn't seen anything. Yeah, Destiny, it's all on you to keep that YouTube chat going, so. So to put that pressure on you. So those I don't know, I do stream on YouTube, Twitch at the same time, and normally the restream kind of connects them all together. But it's not working for some reason, so if you're ever curious, you can always follow me on that area, that side of things. It's a lot more tamer. You normally don't get a lot of talkers over there. But you realize that now. Yeah. It's hindsight. It's one of those things, and hindsight doesn't really work very well, does it? Hindsight with kids is, yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm building. Oh, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm Destiny. I was just checking it. Don't ever take that seriously. Don't ever feel, and this is for everyone. Don't ever feel like you have to talk. I just try and be respectful and make sure, you know, you don't feel like they're forgotten about. It's hard to know what people are doing. Obviously, I don't know what everyone's doing and how everyone's feeling about the situation. But thank you for everyone following today. I mean, that's 6 followers today. That's insane. I mean, I looked at my stats this morning. I'm like, 218. That's cool. And then now that's like 6 more on top of that. I'm like, oh god, blown away. And gaming too. Collecting clay. Oh, clay is horrible. Where are you collecting clay from? Out of interest, Hal? What's your biome of choice? And is there anyone from Kisben's raid store around? Anyone in the background? Just curious. He's not going to let me escape this one, eh? My partner would like to try once more for a girl, and I'll love it. But I'm also like, she could be like me, and I'm an asshole. You also have to have the kid, right? I mean, I'm very conscious of the fact that my girlfriend, if we ever have kids, has to go through a lot of body trauma. So I mean, it's not a case of just like, oh, well, cool, let's have a kid. You wreck your body for a little bit. And that would suck. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. It just kind of, it will wreck you for a little bit. And I can't imagine that's a pleasant feeling. Ooh. Sorry, I'm just checking a few things. I normally don't have like the stream manager and stuff up when I stream. Mainly because I don't have a lot of people. But I think I'll just pop it up for a little bit. So I can actually understand it a bit better. Some people just use that. And this is a little bit inside baseball, but, you know, I'm a crazy person. That's what I do. The joys about HD, I always just go in different directions and don't really pay attention to what's going on. Cool. Alright, we're back. It's a whole story, but I'm proud of mine as long as just, yeah. I mean, everyone's situation is different. I think me and my girlfriend probably would go down that route if we were a little bit more established. Not as a couple, but more financially or career-wise. I think it all comes down to, you know, what you look for. And what you feel like. You want to be in a secure place as well. So it really will come down to like how you feel at the time. There's a lot of aspects that could go into it. There you go. I haven't really been paying attention to this whole stream in terms of the actual game. I never had a normal circumstance pregnancy, so I would love to experience that at least once. But as like a general rule, I did love my pregnancies and it gave me boys. So okay, well there you go. It's not all can all be doom and gloom. I guess if you go into the goal hoping for a normal pregnancy, chances are you're not going to get one. That's how it always goes, isn't it? And the annoying thing is if you don't get one, then you'll be like, oh, I need another one. Then you're going to have way too many kids. It's a slippery slope. And it's not like Pokemon. You can't just trade them. Apparently that's frowned upon. Or sell them. That's also frowned upon. Don't... This is your Dave advice for today. Don't sell your kids. Just don't. You know... I know sometimes you want to, but just don't. Don't sell your kids. The more you know. Yeah, some might struggle if they leave it too late. Yeah, that is true, but with things in science and stuff improving over time, it's not as bad as it used to be. And that is something my girlfriend is very conscious of. She doesn't want to leave it too late, but I also am very kind of adamant with her. Like, I'm going to be with you regardless if we have kids or not. It's not going to be a deal breaker. It's like, I love you, doesn't matter. You know, it's the same with when it comes to marriage. If we get married, if we don't, either way, the relationship's going to last as long as it lasts, you know? So I'm a big believer of that. So I'm never going to push someone in that direction unless they're ready. But she is very conscious of the clock. I try and be really respectful for it. And there's always adoption. I mean, let's be honest. The only difference between having a kid and adopting a kid should be just DNA. I mean, if you adopt someone into your family, you take them with your whole heart, and I think adoption is a very honourable and just as worthy thing to do, because you can imagine growing up and like no one wanted you. That would suck. And then you come across a family that actually wants you. Sometimes you could even say adoption is more meaningful. There's perspective. Absolutely not. My partner is 1 of 7 and he wants you. Oh God, Red. Well, strap in. You're gonna have to make sure you come to the negotiation table for that one. Don't sell your kids on eBay. You made them and you get more on Etsy. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You did make them yourself. Yeah, but don't tell them you're selling them, because that let it be a surprise. You know, you walk up to a house and you're like, "There's your kid," and your kid's like, "What?" Because if you tell them, they'll complain the whole time. They'll get really upset. They'll make a big deal about them. Might not even get in the car. Yeah, just like, if you're gonna sell your kid, don't tell them you're gonna sell them. That's another more you know. But so I've been thinking about I see it. It's just, I mean, it depends on fostering or adopting. I mean, there's two different things. Fostering, I don't know if I could do that. You know, I think I have attachment issues and abandonment issues, like me and my partner both do. So the problem is if we foster someone, we might end up liking them too much and then that gets ripped away from you. I think that would hurt a little bit. So if we were going to go down that route, we'd adopt rather than foster. There's no negotiation. Next one's a girl or live with 4 boys in the story. Well, to be fair, those are the 2 options in the equation there, Red. I mean, at first, I mean, they could choose to be a particular gender when they grow up, if their brain chemistry is just like, I feel this way. So you could end up like that, but yeah, those are your 2 options. You don't really have a choice. Or you could sell your partner. I don't know. I'm too scared to get too close. If I could help them out temporarily, that's still helpful. Yeah, it is. I think. I mean, if you do want to adopt, I think it would be good to foster first and kind of, test the waters. And it's I mean, again, I'll go back to the whole. You imagine growing up and just not having anyone there, like not having your family or your parents, or you didn't feel loved at all. That sucked. And it is something that you probably will deal with, well into adulthood, about that particular situation. Because I can imagine you growing up, and as you got older and more established, you start thinking in like the where did I come from kind of aspect. What does my life mean? Is there something in my DNA that is inherently bad about me? And even though statistically there isn't anything to back up, behavior versus DNA, it still makes you think, like, those little things and those little questions you always have. I think it'll be rather rough, to have those unanswered questions, so. And some people, it makes them stronger. Unfortunately, in some, it doesn't. Some, it just puts them down the wrong path. And it's sad that we have kind of a social setup that it's a bit of a lottery. That after this thing has happened to you, where your family's abandoned you, you now go into this system where it's kind of a lottery how you turn out. It's sad because I wish I could change it. I can't. I could do my little bit and donate or help out, or all the other 100 things you could do, but it doesn't change the system. You really just become part of it, right? God damn it, Remy! Every time, why are you doing this to me today? Dick. I could help out tons of children. I would. This is why I'm in two minds of having one myself, and my boyfriend wants a boy next. I mean, to be fair, if you do adoption, at least you know for sure. That's one angle. I mean, if you get, have kids the conventional way, it can be a lottery. I mean, yes, there are now avenues you can go down to kind of help ensure the gender, but I don't think that's right. And that's when we're going to get into that weird kind of genetically modified future where everyone looks the same. And you don't want that. The reason why we've evolved and have become the species that we are is because of random chance, not design. I mean, a lot of people like have this creationist theory, right? And I mean, all power to you if you believe in that. This is not supposed to be an attack on you. This is just kind of my thinking when it comes to it. So just more of a conversation. So please don't be offended. But if it was the creationist theory, it would all look the same. Because God would look like God. I can't imagine him just going, all right, different. No, we'll all look the same. And then we'll end up genetically modifying, and then everyone would just be the same. I'm listening, just getting like, go to Sunlit Plateau. You'll have better luck there. Hell. But yeah, I think we're going to be in trouble if people start genetically modifying their unborn children. Because then we will stop getting variants. Now, upon saying that, I do believe that being able to avoid some genetic defects is okay. Because yeah, there's some things that it's just like getting a bad egg or a bad batch of food when you farm, right? There's always going to be one that just didn't quite grow right. And if you're able to help it grow right, that'd be a good thing. But then again, the whole argument, what about people that already exist with those kind of things? Are you saying that they are born wrong? And I'm like, no, it's your kid, right? You want the best for them. You don't want to put them in a situation where they are disadvantaged because of a physical limitation. Like, the arm didn't develop right? Let's say if your arm is a bit underdeveloped, and let's say 3 months into the pregnancy, there is a way to fix that. I do agree you should be able to do that without judgment. And I think that's where it comes in. Some people are very adamant not to do it, but yeah, it's a hard one. I guess if you ask, I think the only way to get a true perspective on it, I would ask anyone that was born with something like that, if you could fix it before you're even born, would have you? And my theory is a lot of them would say yes, because they're typically not horrible people. Keyword there is typical. I mean, not everyone's a typical person. Everyone is different in their own way. 10 Dave points if you can guess what musical that's from. Everyone's different in their own way. Oh no, everyone's a hero in their own way. So there's another thing that I don't really say much on stream, and a lot of people might be shocked. I'm really into musicals too. So I'm a video game nerd that likes sport and likes musicals. I wonder, I don't even know how I get laid. I shouldn't really say that out loud. I don't know how I have a partner. This is really crude of me saying laid, but I don't know why she's with me. She doesn't like sport or musicals. She is musically inclined though, so. We like space. That's it. We're bound together with space. Dave, sorry, I don't know what comment that was for. Yeah, I love musicals too. I think my favorite one is Rent. I know this is not for everyone, so I do apologize. I don't talk about it much, but I'm a big fan of Rent. Sound of Music is my favorite. Like, I'm going to show something that I don't think I've ever shown on stream before. Oh, no, I have. I've shown this on stream, but... Oh. Alright, so this was my grandmother's, and so I've inherited it now. It's the original Sound of Music soundtrack. Vinyl. I'm very proud of it. The New Zealand pressing too. I'm trying to see the year on it. Copyright of 1913, though. It's definitely an old law. It doesn't say the year. It doesn't normally say it on the back anyway. It's before that time. I probably could open it and work it out. I'm not going to do that. But yeah. So, yeah. Big fan of musicals. I kind of get obsessed with some songs. And so, I mean, a lot of people didn't like The Greatest Showman. I liked it for what it was. Some good songs in there. And did expose us to a brilliant singer. And I think Hugh Jackman just like needed to scratch that itch. But yeah, so yeah, I've got a little passion for that. And so yeah, the quote from earlier was actually from Dr. Horrible's sing-along block of "Everyone's a hero in their own way." Everyone's a hero in their own way. And Nathan Fillion sings that song. That's a good one. Dr. Horrible sing-along blog is definitely an underrated kind of musical. I think it's got a lot of chops. Now, the whole Joss Whedon thing nowadays, it's a bit awkward to talk about, but it's a really good concept. And I think it's a missed trick of a franchise. I think with the way the superhero genre went and is, it would have been perfect for it. And Moist, that's just the, you know. Oh yeah, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, you, hey, oh, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Chitty Chitty Bang, yeah, fair enough. And Mary Poppins is a good one as well. I haven't seen the new Mary Poppins, but yeah, old school Mary Poppins is a good one. Spoonful of Sugar, classics. Little Shop of Horrors, that gave me nightmares when I first watched it. Ugh. I don't think I've gone back, but I probably will. It's hard, a horror musical. Yeah, it's a hard sell on that one. But what's the Time Warp? What am I starting to think of? I can't think of that movie. Why can't I think it's the classic? Rocky Horror, that's right. Rocky Horror Picture Show. God, I had a blank on that one. Yeah, that's another iconic, and I think it's done by a New Zealander, or he moved to New Zealand. Hold up. Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm pretty sure it's either made by a New Zealander or he moved to New Zealand. I have to work this out. Oh, there you go. Richard O'Brien. He created the Rocky Horror Picture Show originally in 1970. Was it 74? No, 73. He is a British / New Zealand actor, writer, musician, composer, and television presenter. He was born in England, but he immigrated with his family to Tauranga, New Zealand at age 10. So, yeah. It's got a New Zealand's kind of flavour to it. Which I always find people get very shocked by, like, really? Like, yeah. It kind of really fits into the New Zealand vibe. Tim Curry, yeah, definitely it's got to be one of his more iconic performances that he'll be remembered for when he passes. I always say if he passes away, I'm just like, everyone dies eventually, you know. When he passes away, yeah. Seems. Everybody eventually dies. One of the sad facts of life. No one likes to talk about it, but that's gonna happen. Sorry if this was news to you, if you're just discovering for the first time that you're about to pass away. Then watching the stream is the least amount of your problems if you're just discovering that. You probably should have known that before. And if anything, you should be writing to your state representatives or member of parliament and ask them why they didn't teach that in school. Because obviously someone failed you. Can you imagine going your whole life thinking you're immortal? That just sounds like a recipe for disaster. Just that you can never die. But yeah, musicals is a little itch I like to scratch once in a while. Yeah, Rent was a good one. I think Rent was one of the first ones that it really clicked for me. Even though I grew up with Sound and Music, right? My mum was really into it. That's why I've got what I've got. So I always had an affinity and a love for Sound and Music. But for my own personal taste, I think Rent really helped show what makes musicals a bit different, and help separate the music and the television show and make its own thing for me, because you can do albums that tell a story. Like, good example, American Idiot. It's a good example of a story on an album. And you could have a normal movie where, you just tell a narrative, X, Y, Z. It just feels like Rent was the first time that the combination felt a bit right for me. And then I watched the actual movie, which, it's cool that they got the original actors on. I don't know how much. Yeah, I still like it. I feel it's still a good movie. It felt a little bit hokey the way they did it a little bit. It definitely felt like the musical numbers were shouldn't say shoehorned in, but just shoved in a little bit. So it didn't completely nail it, but I think it did a good job. Anyway, that's enough talking about stupid musicals now. It's not my insecurity, it's just I'm just going to whack this thing. So we've got about 10 minutes to go. So I'll be ending a little bit early, just because there is a cyclone about here in New Zealand, and I just want to make sure I get to work a bit early and just make sure we've got all our ducks in a row before possibly things go a bit south. But I really enjoy the company tonight. This morning. It's been really good. Normally these streams are pretty quiet. My current location, I'm fine. I'm more in Wellington. A lot of the stuff is happening up north. Well, actually, we'll go back to what I showed earlier. Oh, hey, Phoenix. Good to see you this morning. I'll see if I can... Bye, friend. Be safe. Oh, I'm going in 10 minutes. Everyone seems to say that. Like, minutes out, I'm leaving in 10 minutes. Everyone's like, bye, goodbye, get out of here. I'm like, guys, you've still got 10 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. We'll switch over to here. So this is the cyclone at the moment. So to give a bit of perspective, I'm down in this little knob down here. And this is Auckland up here, and this is Hamilton, where I'm supposed to fly there tomorrow. So, I don't know if I will. There could be a chance that will be cancelled, but yeah, this is a cyclone. So the particular thing that I do, I don't like to go into too much detail, but I'm a workforce planner. So I look after a workforce that's spread all over the country. So we might have a few issues with a few people in this particular area of not being able to come to work, and making sure people are looked after, and making sure that we try our best to accommodate to all the unexpected things. And it looks like a trapped firefighter, which is a very sad sight to see. But yeah, looks pretty bad. Luckily it hasn't hit my region in Wellington too bad yet, if at all. We don't think it's going to. There's everyone else that's going to be hit a little bit harder, which is a bit sad. It's 2 p.m. for you. Yeah, the morning ones are, a lot of people don't come to my morning ones for America, even though it's a normal time, because everyone's a night out that follows my streams. Which is flattering. I like that. But it is rather surprising, because I thought the opposite would happen. That would get more people popping along to my morning streams from America. It's kind of sweet. I like it. Alright, pick that up. Cool. Oh, trapped again. I'm sure I haven't dropped any goods. Alright. I say hello and I see you. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. And you're one of my favorite lurkers, the ones that just sit in the back and watch stuff. You engage when you do, you say hi, and you're happy to chill, and to be honest, I like that. Means I can keep doing it and not be too concerned of the silence. I haven't got a lot of iron because I've been gas bagging for most of the day. But we'll start wrapping this up, eh? We'll say goodbye to Remy. He was very disappointed with that. Alright, do I need to dump anything? Oh, actually, we'll dump some of the flowers there. Scary, be safe. I will be safe. Don't worry. I don't think it's gonna hit us. It's gonna be a very hectic week because not only am I going on my business trip, so I won't be streaming tomorrow night or tomorrow morning, or the next day, but I will be doing a 11 hour stream the following day, which I do need to do some prep tonight for to make sure I'm ready because I'm not gonna have a lot of time. Alright, cool. That's done. Alright, let's start dumping things. But yeah, thanks everyone for today. It's been very flattering having so many people here in my mornings. It helps me boot up a bit quicker too, I've noticed. My brain just kicks into gear a lot quicker. Alright, we'll dump some gems. Alright, got a stack of those. Cool. Cool. Whoop. Oh, I got sand, so I'll dump some sand there. So I think I'm ready for the next update. We'll probably be making meals tonight, just to get a fully stacked meal energy thing for the update, because I want to be good to go. I don't want to be mucking around with any additional prep work when I first log in. I'm gonna hit the ground running. Because somebody once told me the world was gonna roam me. Because I wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. But she was looking kind of dumb with a finger and a thumb in the shape of an L on her forehead. Well, the years start coming and they don't start coming. Back to the rule and it hit the ground running. Didn't make sense not to live full front. The brain gets smart, but my head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with taking the back street. You never know if you never shine if you don't go. No, you never know if you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go, play. Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on. Go, play. All he lives is his goals. Only shooting stars breaks the mold. It's a cool place, and the sag gets colder and bundled up now just till you get older. But the media man begs to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. The lights we skate are getting pretty thin. I don't really know the words to the song, but the world's on fire. How about yours? That's the way I like it, and I never get bored. I'm probably skipping a lot of words in the song. I am going nuts. Someone better type. I'm going crazy. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm just going to dump everything and I'm going to say goodbye. So if anyone's got any final words, comments, feelings, thoughts, feel free to say something now. Or forever hold your peace. Ground now. I think people just like it when I just slowly go insane. Because a bit of joy that was yeah, high school leaver song. Oh. My girlfriend hates it because I sing it in the car when it comes on. And I typically know most of the words when I get going. Hard to do it without the tune there. I get kind of tripped up on my own thinking of the words.
The cool thing about how far I've got with this grinding is that I have a lot of money just by selling the excess. It's a good feeling. It's a really good feeling. Last thing. And then we'll sell that. So if you look how much money I've got now, like 10 million was the benchmark. So whenever I went below 10 million, I'd farm pumpkins. But now look at it. It's just, it's heading to, it's closer to 11 million than 10. Continues to grow. Be interesting what the new update does of how low it actually gets. Alright, I'll be quiet. Alright, there we go, team. Thanks heaps all for popping up. I'm gonna try this. Thanks Destiny on YouTube. Thanks Phoenix. Thanks Red. Thank Kispin and everyone that came through and followed me. Redeemer, Mark, Bonnie, Cyber, Big Moby Dick, and Miss True. Thanks Hell. Hopefully that's the first time I've said it. And yeah, thank you everyone. It's been a really great stream and I appreciate it. I will be on later tonight for my last stream before the update, which is a bit nerve-wracking. Not really nerve-wracking, it's just a busy week. So I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be doing 11, 12-hour stream. I might put something on my YouTube just to specify the times I'll be on as well if anyone's interested. So yeah, until next time. Bye-bye.